Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received, and the translation reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? I am a man and I am aged 20 years old. My story, it goes on like this. I grew up in the rural areas here in our country in Zimbabwe. I grew up in the villages and I was mistreated by my own stepmom. She used to mistreat me a lot and there was nothing that I could do about it. The reason as to why she was the one that was taking care of me was my mom. She passed away when I was still very young. I was told by my own grandmom the stories that she used to tell me about my mother was that my mother, she passed away when I was only 2 weeks old. That was when my mother sadly passed away. After my mother had passed away, then my father thought that it was a good decision that he had taken to marry a second wife. So then he got married to my evil stepmother. After my father had taken his second wife, she then started taking care of me throughout my life. She was the one who was taking care of me, but she did not do a good job. Brother Nashi, this woman, she was quite evil. She was a heartless woman and she was always rude towards me. Life was very difficult. She used to treat me in a way that would make everyone in the village feel so sad for me. She would not give me food in time. She would give her own children that she had the food first, whilst I'll be sitting down, whilst her kids were busy eating the good food. She would be like, you are going to eat after they would have eaten. So I would be eating the leftover food from what her kids would have eaten. If my father will buy clothes for me, she will say that you are not going to wear these clothes now. She would refuse to give me the clothes that my father would have given to me. Even my father's elder brother and his good wife, they would bring some clothes for me, saying that I had nothing to wear. But my evil stepmom, she would refuse me to wear those clothes. When I was 12 years, that was when she said, you are now all grown up. You need to learn to go and fetch the water from the river. You need to do this and that. If I would make any mistake, I was only 12 years old, but she will take a 20-liter bucket that will be full of water and she'll be like, you have to carry it on your head, as heavy as it is. And then if I would make a mistake, if it was too heavy for me, if I will drop it down, my stepmother will beat me so bad. It was really painful. She will beat me up as if I was a snake that had entered into her bedroom. She was so cruel. She was heartless. I still remember this other day. She gave me a 20-liter bucket. It was full of maize grains. It was quite heavy. You know, in the villages, especially back in those days, you'll be having maize grains at your home. Then you will go to a village grinding mill. But back in those days, it was not a lot of places where they had the grinding mills. You had to walk for a very long distance. Most of the people from our village, what they used to do was that they would take the donkeys and use the donkeys as transport since it was very far. But my stepmother said, you are not going to do such a thing. You are going to use this head of yours to carry this 20-liter bucket full of maize grains, and I want you to come back carrying it again. I was hungry. I felt so much fatigue. I wanted to faint, but I said, let me just try. At least if I can reach the destination, then I will see what I can do. I nearly collapsed along the way. When I arrived at the place where there was the grinding mill, that was when I said to the man that was assisting me, let me rush to my father's brother's homestead so that I can get something to eat. When I arrived at his homestead, his wife felt so sorry for me, for I was nearly fainting because I had not eaten anything at all. That was when they gave me some food to eat, and then they said, this bucket full of meal, it is quite heavy for a boy like you. What we are going to do is that you are going to be accompanied by one of your cousins. So they gave me one of their sons who accompanied me, and we went back home together, assisting each other. Oh, it was as if it was a mistake. The time that we arrived at my father's compound, I saw my stepmother. The way that she was looking at me, she was so angry. And she was like, oh, so this is what you have decided to do. You went to those people and you asked for them to help you. When I told you that I want you to carry this bucket alone, why did you do such a thing? She started beating me up so bad. She beat me so bad, Brother Nashi, so much that I collapsed and I fainted whilst she was beating me. And she refused to give me food, and I was so hungry after she had beaten me up. So they kept on beating me up, even my father as well. He did not even care. He would witness everything that my stepmother used to do to me, but he did not even care. It was as if my father had been bewitched by my stepmother. So that was when the people in the village started to notice what was going on, and everyone felt sorry for me. Brother Nashim, when we are talking about going to school, oh, it is really terrible what was happening to me. My stepmom said, hey boy, I am not going to beat around the bush. I am going to tell you the truth as it is. This is what we are going to do. You are not going to school. You are going to be working here at this homestead. First you wake up in the morning, then you take the cattle to the grazing fields. When you are done, you go to the fields and you do your job there. And after that, you return back home and you cook food for your siblings. And after I would have cooked the food for my siblings, I would watch them eating first. When they will be done eating, that is when I will be given the leftovers. It was quite a painful life. And the most painful thing was that my father, he used to abuse me as well, beating me on top of that. I would cry each and every day. And I would be like, oh God, what is it that I did? What kind of a sin did I commit? Why am I suffering like this? I don't know what I did, oh God. There was even one day when I told myself that enough is enough. It is far much better for me to kill myself. You know what had happened on that day, Brother Nashim? I had gone to the grazing fields with the cattle. Since I was still a young boy, the way that I was being abused, I had no rest at all. I would work from morning until sunset without proper rest. So whilst the cattle were busy grazing, that was when I said, let me just fall fast asleep because my body was too tired. And then the cattle, they went and they started entering into other people's maize fields and they were eating the crops whilst I was fast asleep. When my stepmother found out that this was what had happened, she then beat me up, but I managed to escape. It was late at night when I escaped, and I said, there is no reason for me to keep on living anymore. It is far much better for me to commit suicide. When I was running away, I took this other rope that we used to tie down the cows, and I said, let me commit suicide. I climbed up this other tree, and then I tied that rope around my neck and on a branch, then I jumped. After I had jumped, I expected that I was going to die, but no, I fell to the ground, Brother Nashi. I really do not know how I did not die, how it happened that the rope that I had secured properly to the tree branch, and after I had jumped, it was as if there was another person that came and untied that rope. I was supposed to die on that night, but it did not happen. I then returned back home. Oh, when my mother heard that I had even tried to commit suicide, she beat me so bad, so much that she broke my leg. And after she had broken my leg, people saw what had happened. And my father also was doing the same thing. And they kept on beating me up because I had tried to end my life. yet they were abusing me. The people in the village, they said, enough is enough. You are abusing this young boy. And then they went and they reported the matter to the police. And the police came and gave a warning to my stepmom and my father. And they were told that if you keep on abusing this boy, we are going to arrest the both of you. From that time going onwards, that was when my father and my stepmother started fighting with each other until they broke up. After my stepmother had ran away, I was left with my father. We were staying together, and then that was when my father's eldest brother came and she said, my young brother, you cannot stay with your child whilst he is not going to school. Let me take him so that I can stay with him. I want to thank God because my uncle was the one who took me to school. I went to school until I reached my O level and I passed, for I was quite a brilliant young man. And then I went to university. Currently, I am working. The problem that I am facing, Brother Nash, is that I have so much bitterness in my heart. What has brought me to your channel is I need advice from you, because as for my father, he is poor. He wants me to support him, but I feel so much pain because of the way that he used to beat me up, even though he knew that I was being abused by his second wife. And as for my mother-in-law, I heard that she is stuck in the rural areas. She got married to another man who is also abusing her. So I want your listeners to advise me, should I feel sorry for them or not? And my advice to other orphans out there, if you are being mistreated either by your stepfather or by your stepmother, just know that there is a God in heaven who will remember you the same way that God remembered me. I want to thank God for what my uncle did for me. He was the one who rescued me when I was suffering. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our brother. Your strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. Just imagine when he said that he climbed up a tree, he wanted to commit suicide, and he tied a rope to a tree branch. Then he jumped, and after he jumped, then he fell to the ground. To his surprise, it was as if there was someone who had untied the rope. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. Let us say that maybe this young man, he did not tie the rope properly, but the moment that he jumped, the rope itself, it was supposed to tighten itself because of his weight. After he would have jumped, he was supposed to die on that night, as he says, but it was as if another person, maybe it was God, who sent his own angel to untie the rope. He wants to know, must he help his stepmom and his father? Let us talk about this issue in the comment section. What makes a man leave another woman abusing his own child and also beating up your own child? Is it because of the charms that the woman will be using on you, or is it because of love? Let us talk about this issue in the comment section. And if you are a woman, what will make you to mistreat another woman's child? If you got married, then your husband had his own child with another woman. Let's say the woman is dead. Why would you want to mistreat that child? Let us talk about that issue as well in the comment section.